now.
Hi, I'd just like to welcome you all. Some of you may be looking at Juice Plus for the first time, and some of you may have heard about it from someone else and you're still not sure whether it's for you or if it's not. So for those of you who don't know, my name's Kelly and I'm an SDWF in our little business, and I've been taking Juice Plus for almost a year now, and I've had my family on for about 5 months. And it's been absolutely life-changing for us. I was a tired, worn-out mummy of 3 who couldn't get through the day without taking a nap. And that was my goal every single day, was to get my kids to bed so that I could nap and not be cranky. So adding Juice Plus to my life made a massive, massive difference. So I became a lot more energetic and much able to get through the day happily, not feeling like everything was a chore and dragging me down, and that my children hated me and were constantly whinging at me for no reason. So that was great for me, and I was like, well, if I feel this good, I need to get my family onto it. And I have a daughter who's type 1 diabetic and also celiac. So the changes for her were instant, and I know that changes aren't instant for everyone, but for her it was. And it really blew my mind, and it blew my husband's mind. And I was so pleased that I said to Susie, I have to share this with people. I have to tell people about it. And today I've asked some of my customers along to share their story as well. So you know that it's not just me, and I'm not just saying it to get your trust. I've got some of my personal customers to come and tell their stories as well. So Amanda, I'll get you to kick off first if you'd like to just go ahead and tell us a bit about what your life was like before Juice Plus and how it's changed since.
Thank you, Kelly. No worries. Hi, I'm Amanda. I'm a full-time mum of 5 and a partner. Life is very hectic here, as you can all imagine. I have a 15-year-old, an autistic 13-year-old, and 3 under the age of 5. Very loss of energy prior to Juice Plus. My autistic son, he was doing okay at high school, but could improve a lot. My daughter, she's 15. She suffers from mild depression and mild anxiety. Myself, very low in energy, as you could imagine, being a full-time mum, a housewife. And also our food, our consumption of food, our fluid intake, everything was just all wrong pretty much. Yeah, basically pretty much Kelly's story, just very, very tired, lacking of energy, fatigue, very grumpy old mummy. So yeah, Kelly just sent me through a link about Juice Plus, and I thought, why not? I'm very open-minded. I think everything's worth giving in and go. So we have, me and my son were the first ones who were on it about 3-4 months ago now. We've been on it. And life, tell you, it's just totally different now. I've had so many emails from his aid teachers saying how well he's doing, his concentration, his behaviour, his grades have all improved. My daughter, she's no longer going to a psychologist for her depression. She's so much happier. Myself, I'm a happy mummy now. I've got so much more energy, and like the kiddies, like, yay, mummy's so different. But yeah, it's just changed our lives entirely. It's just, there's no words to explain how much it's just changed everything. It's just made me more conscious of the foods I feed my children, their diets. I have a 2.5-year-old who's got environmental allergies, and she had a runny nose nearly every day, and no day would go past that I wouldn't have to wipe her nose. Since she's been on JP, I've once 24 hours, and that's it. And the whole time she's been on it, and to me, that's just a bonus in that itself. But even our fluid intake, I've taken out all caffeine, soft drinks. And since JP, Kelly, thank you very much. And I highly recommend JP to anybody out there. Like, it's just my ritual, it's my life now. That's it. Thank you.
You're so welcome. Thank you so much for telling your story. And even though I know it, when I hear you tell it back like that, it gives me goosebumps all over again, because I just love what it's done for you guys. Thank you so much for sharing. And Anna, my darling friend Anna, tell us your story.
Hi guys, my name's Anna and I've been using Juice Plus for the last 5 months and I absolutely love it. My journey with Juice Plus began when I received a call from my girlfriend Kelly. And Kel she's that friend that regularly checks in and just sees how you're going. And she could tell that, things just weren't all rosy, and she was really seeing through my facade of me saying, I'm fine. And, I was having anxiety attacks. I was constantly crying. I also suffer from Crohn's disease, so I was hospitalized because of these flare-ups. And, the pain associated with those flare-ups, the fatigue, just, the feeling of it all was just horrible. So she mentioned she'd been taking these magic beans, and I was so intrigued that I was like, what are the beans? Tell me more. And she basically said, Juice Plus is whole food based nutrition, and it just increases, it bridges the gap between what you should be eating and what you actually are eating. And I mean, I've always been pretty conscious of my diet because of my Crohn's, so I always thought I'd been okay. But I have a 10-month-old who was teething. We moved 5 times in 7 months for my husband's work, a baby that wasn't sleeping, and my flare-ups and being hospitalised. I just wasn't coping mentally and physically. I was surviving on caffeine, sugar and carbs. So I placed my order with Kel and just have not looked back. I started with the 8-week detox, which was hard, but it was totally worth it. I've gained all of my energy back. My skin, hair and nails are amazing. And the huge big bonus is that I haven't had a flare up. My gut health is amazing. And the doctors are all saying that I'm potentially in remission. So by taking JP and really focusing on my diet, it's just made me a better mum, a better wife, and a better person. So I'm just so thankful for what Juice Plus has done for me and for my family and friends.
Awesome, babe. That's such a good story. And there's so many people that suffer out there with things like Crohn's, like my daughter with diabetes, like Carol with depression and anxiety. And it's so common now. There's so many people out there that I feel like we can help. So I'm so glad you guys have been able to share with us today. And I'm just going to pass over to Suze now. Suze was the person who introduced Juice Plus to me when I was in my state of need. And she was at the forefront, and she's been in Juice Plus longer than we have, so she'll give us a little bit more info.
Hey, thanks for joining us today. And you guys there, it's totally the reason why when I started taking Juice Plus and had similar results, why I looked at the business, because I know that there's so many people suffering out there nowadays, even when we're doing our best and eating our best and what we should be, our fruits and veg are that compromised. Even some of the best organic, I've heard from a naturopath who's tested a beautiful organic orange that it just had no vitamin C content in it. So even when we're eating the best that we can, quite often we're still not getting that nutrition. So what Juice Plus has done is help bridge that gap for people. And who out there doesn't need better nutrition? Is there anyone out there that could say no? I've got all bases covered from 30 different fruits and vegetables every single day. And I won't go into the actual product today. We've got plenty more where we can share that with you. This is about the stories that touch our hearts and the why of why we do this. And for me, it's been 5 years, coming up 5 years now. And I was like you guys, I was a zombie mum. I had 2 young children at the time. And not only that, I'd lost, I guess, my sense of self and who I was in the world. I think when we become a mother for the first time, we go through a bit of a grievance process, because we lose our sense of self. And so the business side made sense to me as well, because it gave me something that I could do around my kids do with my kids with me. Quite often we do with this beautiful platform of Zoom, you know, where we're doing events when the kids are in bed and no one can see that I've got my PJs on and I've got my cup of tea there as well. So, you know, it's the way of the world, the way the world's going, and I just love being able to share this with more and more people. And I think every day, like if I hadn't had decided that people need to know about Juice Plus, you guys, the stories wouldn't be here. And so the lives we're changing, it's a beautiful snowball effect when you start this business. And to me, I'm a remedial massage therapist by trade, so I was always doing time for dollar. And obviously with the kids about, I sort of wanted to give to them, and I didn't want to go back to that time for dollar. And so now the business as well is a residual income, and we do have other information sessions where you can find out a bit more in depth about the business as well. But when our third baby, our little curveball baby, came along, it really, really showed me the power of residual income, because he came along just before Christmas in 2014. And that Christmas and January, I pretty much just maintained my business and looked after my customers. But I didn't do a lot of work. I didn't put a lot of effort in. I had baby moon. I played with my newborn baby. I hung out with my friends and family, and had one of the best Christmases ever. And I still got paid each month because of the hard work I'd been doing, building my business and building a nice, strong business there. But for me, as far as the product goes, with that third baby that came along, as I said, I was that zombie mum. And, you know, having a third baby at 40, the thought of it actually really freaked me out. I didn't realise there's a long story behind it I won't get into. But what was really freaking me out at the time was I was really scared I was going to go back to that emotional roller coaster, the exhaustion where I couldn't keep myself out of bed in the afternoon, everything that goes with that, the bad eating habits because you couldn't be stuffed, making yourself something good to eat. And I surprised even my friends that had a contingency plan to how to help me, because they know how I coped with the other two. Were surprised that first 12 months, with lack of sleep and everything, I just bounced back. And I had this most amazing underlying sense of well-being as well. And I really, really got to enjoy totally, for the first time, I think, out of all the three kids, enjoyed having a baby, you know, without those really heavy spikes up and down that nearly all of us go through with babies. And yeah, so it's been a wonderful journey. The product is something that we will always have in our household. My husband was the biggest skeptic ever, my Mr. Meat and Potatoes, and he's someone that he said no matter what, it's part of our food budget. It fits in there, and it's always a number one priority for us to have our Juice Plus, because we've seen over the years that ripple effect of, you know, the kids don't get sick, we don't get sick. I think I got my first little sickness the other day for 2 days, and I was the biggest sook because I'm just so not used to it happening. And yeah, but I'll hand it back to you, Kel, and yeah, thanks for letting me share today. Oh, I've muted you.
That's okay. Thanks, babe. And it's so true. It's amazing, the power of fruit and veg and berries. People say to me, is that seriously just food in a capsule? And oh my God, yes it is. It's not a magic potion. We don't have any fairy godmothers. It's fruit and veg in a capsule. And the way your body will behave once you add that nutrition is a surprise for all of us, and it's different for everyone, but it's totally worth having a look at. So if there's someone that has mentioned Juice Plus to you today and you want to know more after hearing our stories, please get in touch with them. We'd love to be able to help you, no matter who it is that's looking after you. We're all advocates for what the power of nutrition can do. So thanks so much for your time today, and thanks again, ladies, for sharing. Have a great day. Bye.